Alex, I am so thrilled to be doing this interview with you. At the result,
The tennis world is still struggling to comprehend what just happened. A simple, spontaneous act of kindness has triggered a chain reaction so powerful, so emotional, and so financially staggering that it has left fans, players, and executives completely speechless. One young athlete, one sweat-soaked racket, one innocent child, and one billionaire's response that may go down as the most extraordinary sponsorship deal in sports history. This is not just a tennis story. This is a human story. A story about generosity, destiny, and how sometimes the smallest gestures can unlock life-changing miracles. Ladies and gentlemen, tennis fans and sports lovers from every corner of the globe, welcome back to Tennis Pulp, the place where we don't just report the headlines, we take you deep inside the heartbeat of the game. And today's story stands apart from everything we've ever covered. This is not about match points, thunderous forehand winners, or dramatic championship victories. This is about a single human moment, pure, emotional, and genuine, that shattered expectations and rewrote one young player's future forever. Just hours ago, the internet exploded. Social media lit up. Rumors raced across continents. And now it is official. A $50 million surprise return, born from nothing more than kindness, has changed the life of Philippines tennis sensation Eala. What began as a simple gift ended in one of the largest private sponsorship deals tennis has ever seen. And the reason behind it will restore your faith in humanity. To understand the magnitude of this moment, we must rewind the clock and step into Eala's world before everything changed. For months, Alex had been grinding through one of the most unforgiving stretches on the professional tennis circuit, the brutal Middle East swing. The heat is relentless. The air is dry and draining. The schedule is punishing. And the competition is absolutely elite. Abu Dhabi,
Doha, Dubai.
Each tournament stacked with world-class opponents, hungry challengers, and towering expectations. Every match felt like a battle not only against rivals, but against exhaustion, pressure, and self-doubt. In Abu Dhabi, Alex fought fiercely, rally after rally, refusing to back down against players ranked far above her. In Qatar, heartbreak followed as she exited early despite pouring every ounce of strength into her performance. For a young athlete carrying the weight of national pride, these moments are mentally brutal. She was not just playing for herself. She was carrying the dreams of millions of Filipinos who saw in her a symbol of hope, ambition, and possibility. Every win sparked celebration back home. Every loss felt like heartbreak shared by an entire nation. And through it all, Alex kept pushing forward, quietly, humbly, relentlessly. When she walked onto the court for her latest high-profile exhibition match, few could sense that history was about to be written. The arena was filled with VIP guests, dignitaries, royalty, and elite sponsors. The atmosphere was luxurious, polished, and exclusive. Alex, meanwhile, stood focused, calm, and visibly exhausted from weeks of non-stop competition. Critics whispered doubts. Could she break into the top 50? Was she truly ready for the elite tier? Could she survive among the giants of the sport? But Alex did what she always does. She let her racket answer those questions. The match itself was a spectacle. Dazzling rallies, explosive movement, unbreakable determination. Every point carried intensity. Yet, as thrilling as the tennis was, something even more powerful was unfolding beyond the baseline. Seated quietly inside the VIP box was the young daughter of Sheikh Khaled al-Rashid, a billionaire industrialist known for his privacy, generosity, and deep love of tennis. The young girl clutched a small Filipino flag, eyes wide with wonder, completely mesmerized by Alex's every move. While most fans in attendance cheered for global superstars, she cheered for Alex. Every point, every rally, every winner. Witnesses later said the girl barely blinked. Her joy was pure, unfiltered, and emotional. She wasn't watching a celebrity. She was watching her hero. When the match ended, the applause echoed politely through the arena. Alex wiped sweat from her face, packed her bag, and prepared to exit, as players usually do. A few autographs, a brief wave, then off to recovery. But this time, something stopped her. She had noticed the little girl. Security tightened instantly as Alex approached the VIP barrier. Protocol does not allow casual interactions near royal families. But before guards could intervene, Sheikh Khaled raised his hand, signaling them to stand down. Alex stepped forward, smiling warmly at the child, seeing not wealth or status, but a fan whose heart beat for tennis. Without hesitation, she reached into her bag and pulled out her match-used racket, the very weapon she had just battled with. For professional players, a racket is sacred. It becomes an extension of the body. It carries sweat, strain, emotion, and memory. It is never casually given away. But Alex did just that. She leaned over the railing, handed the racket to the little girl, and said softly, "This is for you. Keep dreaming." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Cameras flashed wildly. The child burst into tears, clutching the racket as if it were treasure beyond imagination. Sheikh Khaled stood, nodded respectfully toward Alex, and said nothing. Alex walked away, believing she had simply made a young fan happy. She had no idea she had just planted a seed that would grow into a financial forest. For several hours, the world barely noticed. Social media buzzed briefly. Clips circulated. Fans commented on her kindness. And then attention moved on. But behind closed palace doors, discussions were already underway. According to sources close to the family, Sheikh Khaled was deeply moved, not by the value of the racket, but by what it symbolized. In a world dominated by sponsorship demands, ego-driven athletes, and transactional relationships, Alex's act stood out as genuine, spontaneous, and selfless. She didn't seek attention. She didn't expect reward. She simply followed her heart. And for a man who values generosity and humility above all else, that moment carried extraordinary weight. Khaled stated, "Today, my daughter received a gift she will treasure for the rest of her life." But more than that, she received a lesson in generosity from Alexandra Eala. In a world driven by transaction, Miss Eala showed us the power of genuine connection. To honor this spirit and support a young athlete who represents the future of tennis with such grace, I am proud to announce an exclusive partnership to support her career. What followed left jaws on the floor. Insiders report the deal is worth tens of millions of dollars annually, including elite coaching teams, private jet travel, world-class training facilities across Europe and the Middle East, full medical and nutrition support, premium equipment partnerships, and guaranteed wild card entries into major tournaments. A package typically reserved for legends, not rising stars. Moments later, royal representatives arrived at Alex's hotel. In footage now circulating worldwide, Alex can be seen reading the contract in disbelief. Her hands tremble. Tears stream down her face. Her voice cracks as she says, "I just wanted to make her smile. I never expected this. Thank you. Thank you so much." Her reaction wasn't greed. It was relief. Relief that her sacrifices were seen. Relief that her family's struggles were honored. Relief that her dream would no longer be limited by financial strain. Tennis is one of the most expensive sports in the world. Travel, coaching, equipment, medical care, tournament fees. For players outside Europe and North America, these costs are often overwhelming. Countless talented athletes are forced to abandon their dreams because they simply cannot afford to continue. But in a single moment, Alex's path transformed. No more financial barriers. No more second-guessing expenses. No more choosing between tournaments. She can now build the best possible team, access the best training centers, recover with elite medical technology, and fully focus on becoming the best player she can be. And with that support, the tennis world now believes something extraordinary is coming. Rival players reacted with shock. Some with envy. Many with admiration. but all with recognition that this deal represents something new, a shift in how character, humility, and human connection are valued in professional sport. Sheikh Khaled did not invest in rankings. He invested in values. He saw in Alex not just an athlete, but an ambassador of kindness, discipline, and hope. A bridge between cultures. A symbol of global unity. A reminder that tennis is not only about trophies, but about heart. For Filipino fans, this moment is historic. Alex is no longer just a promising player. She is a national icon whose story inspires millions of young dreamers across Southeast Asia. Children who once believed tennis was unreachable now see possibility. At Tennis Pulp, we followed Alex's journey from her junior breakthrough to her grind through the lower-tier circuits. We always believed in her talent. But what truly sets her apart is her character, her humility, her warmth, her authenticity. This is a modern-day sports fairy tale. A reminder that kindness never goes unnoticed. A reminder that one simple gesture can echo across the world. A reminder that destiny often arrives when you least expect it. As rumors swirl of exhibition matches, charity events, and global appearances to celebrate this partnership, one thing is clear. Eala's journey has only just begun. So the next time you see a young athlete stop to sign an autograph, the next time you see a player hand their racket to a fan, remember this story. Because sometimes, those small moments create miracles. Drop a comment below with "Go Alex" if you're supporting her journey. From the court to the palace, this has been a day for the history books. Until next time, keep your head up, keep playing, and always, always be kind. You never know what miracle is waiting around the corner. This has been Tennis Pulp, signing off.